Every human makes a lot of mistakes in their entire life, but successful are those who learn from them. Mistakes, whether small or big, sometimes create disasters with piles of money wastage. It can happen anywhere from constructing skyscraper towers to building a mini hut. So take a deep breath and dive deep into the video because we'll discuss the top 10 most expensive construction mistakes in the world. Let's start with number 10. 10. Seonsu Bridge Collapse. In 1994, the central section of the Seonsu Bridge, located in Seoul, collapsed into the Han River, costing the lives of 31 people. The bridge was designed to take on a load of 36.3 tons per car, but vehicles of 47.3 tons would commute using the bridge as well. With the bridge taking on extra load combined with an engineering flaw discovered in certain joints post-investigation, it cost the State Council $185,000 to compensate for the lives tragically lost along with $2 million worth of repairs. Later on, it was also discovered that a couple of repairs and scheduled maintenance were not followed through. 9. The New York City Subway. The subway system in New York City has seen many costly mistakes over the years, including the construction of a never-used subway tunnel under City Hall, which cost $2.5 million, and the building of the 2nd Avenue subway, which took over a decade and cost $4.5 billion. Let's hop on the number 8. 8. The Arn Center. The Arn Center, built in 1974, known back then as the Emoco Building, is one of Chicago's tallest structures today. Initially, the structure was an architectural wonder to the city, a simple rectangular tubular steel-framed structure. What made it stand out was its cladding with Carrara marble imported from Tuscany, making it the world's largest marble-clad building. But this beautiful and distinct feature in the building facade began to form numerous cracks due to the material being very thin, making pieces of the slab detach and crash down below as well. This led to the structure having a makeover in the 1990s, with the marble being replaced with a more suitable granite, though at a very high expense. The construction mistake ended up worth a whopping $80 million. Ugh, next one is most expensive airport. Any guess? Let's make it reveal the number 7 Denver International Airport. This airport was intended to be a state-of-the-art facility, but it was plagued by construction problems, including delays, cost overruns, and design flaws, ultimately costing $4.8 billion, making it the most expensive airport in US history. Before going further, subscribe to our channel and click on the notification so you never miss the upcoming amazing videos. 6. The Trans-Alaska Pipeline System. This pipeline was intended to transport oil from the North Slope of Alaska to a port in Valdez, but it was plagued by cost overruns, design flaws, and construction problems, ultimately costing $8 billion, making it one of the most expensive pipelines in US history. 5. Stuttgart 21. A giant railway megaproject in Germany. This project is one of the most interesting construction sites in the country, as an entire train station has to be rotated by 90 degrees previously. The station was a terminus, which means the trains had to leave the station in reverse. This cost valuable time, which is why the government decided to transform the train station into a transit station. This way the station can be part of a continuous 1,500-kilometer-long high-speed rail line that connects Paris, Stuttgart, Munich, Vienna, and Bratislava. When construction began in 2010, it was planned that the Stuttgart 21 should cost no more than $5.4 billion with a completion date in 2019. However, they failed miserably to achieve either of those two goals. The project completion has been delayed numerous times due to various reasons as of now. It is expected that the train station will open at the end of 2025, more than 6 years later than initially planned. In addition to protests by many Germans and environmental activists, Stuttgart 21 was further delayed due to difficulties with the tunnel construction. Nearly 60 kilometers or 37 miles of tunnels have to be built to connect Stuttgart's new station with the existing rail network. Unfortunately, a special type of soil which swells once it comes into contact with water makes the work very challenging. This could lead to the problem that the tunnels have to be renewed over and over again. Another surprising but comparatively not so bad problem occurred in 2017 due to the construction project. Thousands of strictly protected lizards had to be relocated on the route from Uran to Stuttgart. The project management has estimated that this incident will cost $18 million in some difficult cases. The responsible company has charged costs of up to $10,000 per lizard in addition to the delays. The cost to Stuttgart 21 will be at least twice as high as originally planned. Independent estimates suggest that the cost could soar to nearly $12 billion by the time the project is completed. 4. Yunnan Real Estate. Kunming, the capital of China's Yunnan province, was the home to 15 high-rise buildings owned by Yunnan Real Estate. However, the volatility of the property market in China meant that the buildings, which cost 1 billion Chinese yuan, or roughly $157 million, were left unoccupied for 8 years. After the construction company in charge ran out of money in 2013, the basements of these buildings were submerged in rainwater, causing irreparable damage. With maintenance costs rising and money on the project hemorrhaging, there was only one option left: a demolition derby, buildings exploding. In the eye-catching collapse, the buildings were torn to the ground in just 45 seconds using more than 6 tons of explosives placed at 85,000 blasting points. Man, $157 million is a lot of money. 3. World's tallest tragedy. Expected to reach a height of 3,281 feet and topple the Burj Khalifa as the world's tallest building by 280 feet, the Jeddah Tower was all set to be the pride of Saudi Arabia. The skyscraper would be made up of more than 700 residential and hotel rooms over 167 floors, with people moving through the tower on the world's fastest double-deck elevators reaching speeds of up to 32 feet per second. If all that sounds too good to be true, it's because it kind of is. With a cost estimate of a bank-breaking $1.23 billion, construction began in 2013 with enough steel for 8 Eiffel Towers and enough concrete for 6 Hoover Dams. It was all going to plan, but with the completion of the 63rd floor, development suddenly stalled. The Jeddah Tower was supposed to open its doors in 2017, but several contracting issues led to a slight delay. Then, in 2018, all hell broke loose. A series of anti-corruption purges raged across Saudi Arabia, seizing billions of dollars in assets from hundreds of businessmen, one of whom was in charge of the Jeddah Tower. Ever since, there has been no progress on the tower at all. While the consortium funding the skyscraper has signaled its intention to complete the project, there is no confirmed end date. So, as it stands, the Jeddah Tower is unusable, unfinished, and unbelievably expensive. Who knows if we'll ever see the Jeddah Tower finished, but if it isn't, that's another $1 billion down the construction porta potty. 2. Sydney Opera House. The Sydney Opera House is adored across the globe, but even though you can't tell from the look of it, it ranks as one of the world's failed projects in terms of planning as well as construction. The structure was supposed to be completed in 4 years with a budget of $7 million, but instead took 14 years and a total cost of $14 million. Along with this, the Opera House ended up becoming a place where the musicians couldn't hear their music due to acoustical flaws as well as improper planning. The Opera House and stage production halls somehow were switched and housed wrong, leading to another high expense of nearly $300 million to rectify the acoustics. 1. The Boston Big Dig Tunnel. This project was intended to replace an aging elevated highway with a tunnel system, but it was plagued by cost overruns and delays, ultimately costing over $22 billion, making it the most expensive highway project in US history. And there you have it, folks. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more informative content. Until next time, stay curious.